Good morning.
Morning, what a beautiful day. Hey, look, no cloud in the sky, 14 degrees, and we're at Mount Buffalo. Take you for a look around. This is the entrance of it. No fees payable unless you're going in the ski season, and you've got to pay National Park to ski. But it's otherwise free otherwise around. Ooh. There's a chalet. You can camp here. What a gorgeous day, 14 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, Mount Buffalo, Victoria. Let's see what we got. Lots of signs up saying cyclists should share the road. Just got to keep your eyes peeled for them. Big snowy gums coming through here.
There's a couple of cyclists on this corner.
Speaking of cyclists, here we go. They've apparently got as much right on the road as we have.
We're still yet to see a wombat.
Yeah, we saw a couple of kangaroos down in Lake Elderhorn, down at Bendigo.
Is it Lake Eppalock?
Eppalock, that's it. Down the back of Bendigo. Other than that, we haven't really seen any wild animals.
Not live ones anyway. We've seen a couple of roadkills.
Yeah. Might be too cold for them. Don't know. Mount Buffalo is 1,300 metres high, or 1,300 metres high from sea level. And where we're staying at Port Punk is 300 metres above sea level. So it's an extra 1,000 metres or kilometre up. But we're staying at the base of it.
No, there's a waterfall.
Look at that, waterfall through there.
I don't know if I got it.
We might be lucky enough to get close enough to it. It's on your side of the car.
There's heaps of walks to do up here too, and they call a short walk around 2 hours on average.
Hour in, hour back.
And a long walk is up to 8 hours. So
You can actually do day walks that take 2 or 3 days.
yeah,
So
looking like
I think we've got
coming
the waterfall coming up here.
What's this?
And then got the yellow markings for snow here.
Oh yeah, yeah, pull in here. Let's see it. Yep. Picnic Falls. Look at this. Let's go and have a look.
Picnic Falls, guys. Snowy River. Picnic Falls, Snowy River. Look how clean the water is. That's just awesome. It's crystal clear water.
Can you hear it?
You can hear me over the noise of the river. Crystal clear water. You can see the bottom. Absolutely beautiful. Waterfall right up the back. If I can pick it up,
Oh,
yeah. Can't get my zoom that far up, but that there is the start of this first Ore River waterfall. It's awesome.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna.
You probably got a better zoom than I got. We're about halfway up, and this is Mackey's Lookout. 920 metres up. We'll show you a better one. This is just through the trees. This is a better lookout coming up. But this is about halfway point up Mount Buffalo. So we tried to take on Marriott's Lookout walk, 1 kilometre, and the track is that, and it gets worse. Over that hill, Mountain Goat
Nope.
pulled the pin. It's going over rocks, sheer drop, no handrails.
And the rocks move under your feet. So it's like a note from me even. But look, we can look here.
The biggest and best lookouts are right at the top of the mountain, but we like getting out and looking, scratching around at the bottom, because there might be some good stuff down here where there's less crowds.
Quite pretty still, look.
This is still an awesome lookout. This is still Marriott's, but it's 900 metres above, and that's just the snowy mountains through there. And I can see a track going up that mountain, four-wheel drive track, but that's pretty much Victorian high country all over there, with tracks going over the hills. Imagination tells me it might be Billy Goat's Bluff over there, but it could be anything. But yeah, that's the beginning of the Mount Victorian high country over there. It's just awesome. You can see tracks through there, mainly forestry tracks, but forestry tracks go into tracks such as Billy Goat's Bluff, Crooked River. There's a Crooked River, which is just river crossings, 23 river crossings or something. It's about 8.5 kilometres long. We tried to do that one year with a friend of ours, but after big rains, but the rains were closing the river.
Well,
We got across 2 river crossings before we got shut out because it was deemed unsafe. So, and it's sensible because you're going through people's farmlands, and farmers don't want you in and out of their property, so they close gates on you, which is only polite and proper thing to do.
The rocks are leaking.
Yeah, so we'll get across and do Mount, we're in Buffalo now, we'll go over to Mount Buller and we'll do Craig's Hut in a couple of days. This is just a taste of what's to come, I think. Pretty specky. If the weather holds up, we'll be in for a good time.
The scenery's changed really quickly.
1,100 metres up, and we're flattened out. This is a place called The Gap. Takes us to the Shallow. Awesome stone features out here. We've still got the yellow markings through the snow. But absolutely gorgeous day up here. It's 12 degrees up here, 2 degrees different than down on Parapunka, which is only 300 metres above sea level. So we're another about 800 metres up at 1200, and we haven't really got to the top of Mount Buller yet.
Oh, look at that little house in
Mount
there.
Buffalo, sorry.
I don't know what that was. There was a little house in there.
It's a National Parks house.
I had to walk along it. Like a boardwalk. Oh, park. Cricket pitch in there. you go.
That's the chalet, yeah.
That's the chalet up in there.
Mount Buffalo Chalet.
So I read somewhere that Mount Buffalo is the easiest entrance into the national park for people that want to go snowing. So, oh, there's a lookout there, Dolly.
Go snowing, skiing.
To go skiing. I was distracted because we just went past another lookout.
I'm trying to turn around, but the size of these roads.
So this brings us right up to the chalet. So this is the chalet where people...
Beware of falling snow off the roof. Not today, we won't. Why is the car making that noise?
Noise.
Can you hear it? Ready?
So we're just coming into the lookout car park. There's lots of people in here. Are you gonna park?
So still not all the way up to Mount Buffalo. This is the chalet, and we're 1,300 metres above sea level.
Marriott's
Sorry, I just lost my balance. Marriott's Lookout. We've still got about another, what, 1,000 metres to go?
Oh no, hang on.
Victorian High Country, or the start of it. Victorian High Country's over that way.
Mount Buffalo Lookout. it's
Mount
called.
Buffalo Lookout, this
It
is.
Mount Buffalo Lookout.
And we're not quite right at the top.
Got me to... The little hut there was built for visitors to go in and keep warm while they were up here picnicking or whatever. It was built specifically for that. So it's got a fireplace either end and a massive big picnic table in the middle of it.
Echo Point Lookout, Hang Glider Lookout.
Hang
Hang glider
glider
launch.
launch site. Yeah.
Apparently you can take your hang glider off here. Unprotected cliff slippery rocks. We've got a fence over here, so we'll be safe enough. Short walk through the little rocks to a fenced off lookout. Which gives you a view over to Victorian High Country. Freaking awesome. Oh, there's another viewing point up there.
Are you going or not?
Grandma, I still want to roll.
I seem to have lost David. Oh, there he is. He just appeared. So do we go down here? To the other one?
Hang glider launch site.
That one down there?
Yep, that's the hang glider launch site. So it'll be just a flat rock straight up the cliff.
That's a lookout there too.
Yep.
There's a lookout down there too. You don't want to go to that one?
Yeah, you can go up. I'll go.
Huh?
I won't do it.
Warning sign for people that go hang gliding. So I'm just going down to the hang gliders lookout. You just got to watch where you're putting your footing when you're out on the walks. And me being a bit of a klutz, I have to stop every now and then. Quite often when I'm climbing around on places like this, I've got to slide down on my bum, as you just saw. It's pretty beautiful. Blue haze across in the distance. I'm just trying to get a couple of photos for myself. I assume you go this way.
I've got no problems if you haven't.
Oh God, no, I don't. I actually love that everything's just flowing.
That's the launch pad.
It's just easy.
hear water running, but I can't see any, unless it's just the wind blowing through the trees. That down there, the wooden platform, is the hang glider launch pad. Anyway, I'm going to make my way back up to the top there. You don't need to watch me clamber over the rocks again. But this is beautiful.
And this one, Bilson's Lookout, 300 metres off the car park of Mount Buller, the chalet. Another awesome lookout. It's just a uneven walk in.
Huh?
I'm right there. Right. Bilson's Lookout.
Chair here to just sit and enjoy.
Got the old park bench. Can kick back and have a look at the view. On a day like today, it's spectacular. Not a cloud in the sky. Hardly any wind.
There's clouds way over there.
There's a cloud's way over there, but you know,
Not above us.
neither here nor there. But that is Bilson's Lookout, and that is Victorian High Country straight across, which we'll be heading over to in a few days. Don't think you can't. Don't know if you guys can pick it up on the video, but there's 4B tracks in this section here, and Omio's that way, which is the base of the Snowy Mountains at the base of Mount Hotham. You go through Omeo, then you go up into Mount Hotham, which is a skiing mountain, and about a kilometre out of Mount Hotham west you turn off onto the High Top Country track, which takes you through to Dargo, which we did last year, but we didn't have the caravan on, we just did it in the car.
Spectacular.
Road's not suitable for caravaning on it. We did see people with caravans on it. And
The smokes were breaking. The smokes were breaking. Brakes were smoking.
they had camper trailers and, you know, caravans, but yeah, it's a road that's got caution, no caravans written on it. But, you know, you always get those guys that get through there on their trailers and caravans on the back. Through to Dargo, and then from Dargo you go down into sort of Bairnsdale and sort of Gippsland, part of Victoria. But this is the Victorian High Country, or the start of it, and this is apparently the easiest access in to the High Country, as opposed to coming through Dargo.
People snow here as well, so this must be classed as part of the High
People
Country.
ski here when it snows, yeah. There's a plane going through, if you can pick it up on the video there. He's just above the cloud, not just above the mountain. Plane flying through. But yeah,
That's a tiny plane.
that's
Might
the
be an
start
eyeful
of the
over
Victorian High Country, guys. We'll take you further into it in a couple more days. We'll be going over to Mount Buller, and we'll take on Craig's Hut, which we've been talking about for a year and a half, 2 years now. We tried, we didn't, my fault, we didn't read the map properly. Well, I didn't read the map properly, and we went to Kosciuszko with a couple of friends of ours and realised we were on the wrong side of the actual high country to get to it without driving 8 hours each way to get to it. So this way we looked at the map properly, came into the proper entry.
That was still a top holiday though.
That was still a good holiday. We stayed at the Snowies National Park,
Just had a
did
gin
day
bite.
trips and went to Sugganbuggan and all those sort of areas. It was great. It was good.
Did Yarrangobilly
Good trip,
Caves.
Yarrangobilly Caves. But We were going to take on Craig's Hut, but we're on the absolute opposite side of the park.
Well, the park's massive.
That was a map reading error, so you always got to check. I didn't, that was my fault. But yeah, beautiful. So 300 metres on from Wilson's Lookout, gets you to Haunted Gorge Lookout, which we're reading signs coming in, and it's part of a caving. Like people come caving and canyoning and get their floaty mats and go through the canyon systems, underground creeks and rivers and that, but we're not doing that. That's not what we're here for. We're here to have fun, not just scare ourselves. But if, you know, if they do it, good on them. We're not going to go canyoning or caving.
No, we're not going caving.
Haunted Gorge Lookout. We're not 100% sure if this is the actual lookout or not. Possibly is. Just another shot of the high country. It's teasing us. Come visit. Come visit. Yeah, we'll be there in a couple of days. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful part of the world. That's where the water is. So, don't use the gate. There's no other way to get in. There's another gate at the other end. A couple of red and blue parrots.
Huh?
Might have been someone's storage area or something, but yeah, no, it's just a gate standing up. Another gate on the other side. Another one over there.
So this is Katani Lake.
That was Tom Thompson from there.
Katani Lake. Get out. Go and have a little picnic tables, fires. Beautiful and peaceful. It's the site of the Grossman Sawmill. From 1907 to 1912 there was a small sawmill on this site. It was owned and operated by Frank Charles Grossman and was built to provide timber for the construction at the first stage of the Mount Buffalo Chalet, opened in 1910. Well, we just came from that, Mount Buffalo Chalet. Lots of walks up there, beautiful views. Horses were used to haul the timber, and later the ushers bought a bullock team. What a beautiful place to have a work site. Obviously there's walking tracks over there. There's a lot of people walking through the bush. Beautiful. Mount Buffalo, and we're going to see if we can find the north. But the scenery's changed again. It's just really.
It's 14 degrees about 3 kilometres back.
There's a chairlift in there.
It's a steering wheel. It's a suspension problem. Suspension. It's greasing up.
So you get road closures up here, seasonal road closures.
Probably due to snow. Make sure your car's able to do these sort of trips too. Before we left, we had a mechanic go over it and service it. It's going to be due when we get back again, another service. It's developed the noise in the front. We've had a look at the CV book, it's leaking oil. It's more sounding like a suspension issue. Or steering. I just need to put some oil and some joints and give it a bit of lube up. Picture this with the snow on it, it'll be just beautiful. Cold, but beautiful.
Keeping our eye out for some brumbies too. I'd love to see some.
Yeah, maybe not
But-
the side of the ranges, maybe on the other side of the ranges.
Oh, that was rough.
Got to have reliable communication up here too. That's why we got CB radio. It's scanning the old channels just to see who's around and if you do need help at all. Keep an eye on what channel's active. When you want something reliable, that's why we got a unit of it. UHF.
He's changed his GME aerial too to the short fat one.
Short mount one.
What would that be? Up on the top of the rock there.
Look out.
Imagine climbing up there.
Oh,
No.
decent all-terrain tyres will always help you out too up here. We use Vulcan Wild Peaks. Have done for like 30,000 k's now. And they're not giving us any engine problems. We ran Toyos before. Toyos were good, but they just seem to wear out quick. These Vulcan, a little bit extra in the cost of them, but you do pay for what you get. We're just stopping for a photo.
Photo time.
This is called the Horn. This is up the top of Mount Buffalo. Highest point. I don't think you can go any higher than this. And we've got some amazing clouds coming through. See if I can get you a better look at it. Have a look. Amazing clouds. So we got a sign for the Australian Alps, right? We have Mount Buller to the far right, where we'll be up to see Craig's Hut from there. And then in from that, Mount Cobbler, Mount Sterling, the Bluff, Mount Lovick, Mount Howitt, Cross Cutsaw, Mount Speculation, Howitt Plains, and then Snowy Plains. So this is all Victorian High Country area. And we're going to be over in Mount Buller in a couple of days, and we'll be looking at Craig's Hut, which is between Mount Sterling and Mount Buller. But that's low cloud coming through. We're going to be fogged in by low cloud. This is the Horn, Mount Buffalo. And it shows you where we are in relation to everything on the map here. Omeo is directly across the valley. If the clouds were clear, you'd be able to see Omeo, but we're in a clouded area, so Omeo through the mist. Just to give you a feeling of what this cloud's like, that's the edge of the cliff there.
So you can see the formations a little way down, but otherwise we're just in a cloud. In a little hut, little protection hut. Oh, I nearly hit David with the camera. I have warned you all, I'm uncoordinated. Yeah, so you can get in that little hut for a bit of protection from the weather. That's the Horn walking track up there. 1 kilometre steep.
You have to be fit.
Pretty popular place. We're just in cloud. And over there you're not. So I don't know how far it comes along, this cloud. It's moving pretty quick. I don't know if it shows it.
Lake Catani at Mount Buffalo. We were over there and we went right up over that mountain to the spur, which is the top of Mount Buffalo, and we come back and we had lunch down here.
Using a little 12 volt.
Yeah, see how clear the water is.
We had spaghetti bolognese. Oh,
Clear water. I'm guessing it'd be fresh water, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
It'd be freshwater lake, but I don't think you'd be able to drink it. Keep having signs up saying don't drink water.
No.
Yeah, Lake Catani. Beautiful spot. Picture it with snow, and this is ice in the winter. So the locals say, and they skate on it. I skate on it. Pretty cool. There are fish in it because I can see fish jumping. So I'm not sure. Falls. That's that waterfall speaks for itself, I guess. We're right up the top. Today, right up that top. I'm just going to let this waterfall speak for itself. Film Maiden's Bath Falls. I'm not going to try and speak over them, probably won't be able to hear me, but I'll let the waterfall do its magic. Not sure if you can see Rel all the way up there, but she's up near just about 20 feet away from the waterfall.